right, hello wine drinking people. Today is Wednesday, August 3rd. And although we got a light week this week, just one event tomorrow night, the Rhone tasting, Southern Rhone tasting here at the store. We do have some space for that if any of you guys are thirsty tomorrow night. We have got a marathon week next week. We've got 4 events, starting with the Tower Club on Tuesday night, an Argentina tasting, like 20 wines from Argentina, all over Mendoza, and some neat stuff from Patagonia. Then Wednesday night, we've got our Tuscan tasting at Cafe Max with Vinifera Imports. And on to another Italian event Thursday night at Mancini's Restaurant on Las Olas. And then Friday night, we're finishing up the week here at the Wine Watch for our Priorat event. All right, check all the lineup. I'll have all those wines and all the other information about all the events up by tomorrow, I promise. But I'll have the Argentina stuff up by today. We got a great event next week. All right. Well, you know, sometimes I go looking through the store and just amazed at some of the treasures that we have sitting here at the Wine Watch. Some older vintage stuff that is just beginning to enter into its prime drinking years. And we've got a lot of great stuff from Australia. I've been to Australia 2 times. That's right. I liked it so much I brought some friends back with me the second time, and I'd love to do another tour of Australia with some consumers. That was a lot of fun. Maybe I'll put it on the schedule for 2012. We've already got about 100 events on the schedule for 2011 next year, and that stuff will be up on the web by the end of this month. All right, well, today we've got an incredible selection, as I said before, of vintage Australian stuff. A lot of this stuff, unfortunately, we only have a few bottles of. So I would consider this decade one of the greatest decades for Australian wine, the 2001 vintage, starting off a series of great vintages in South Australia. Most of this stuff is Barossa, McLaren Vale, or stuff from Victoria. We don't have a lot of stuff from Margaret River, but there's a few things, and from the Hunter Valley. I don't think there's anything on this offer. And some other things to look for on this offer is some of the fortified wines. Australia, one of the greatest producers of vintage fortified wines. A lot of people don't realize that the first clients of the wine industry in Australia were the Brits. That's right. In order to get the wine back to England without it spoiling, they had to fortify it. So they still have some reserves of some old stashes of fortified wines, tawnies being some of my favorite things from Australia. And we got a few gems on this offer. And then we've got all the wines we're going to be showing at our Vintage Australian tasting on the 24th of August. That's right, this is a series of tastings we've done over the last year and a half, tasting wines in the 10-year, right around that, you know, starting to drink at their peak range from Australia, and we have been absolutely delighted. We have had some wonderful wines at these last few tastings. Check out the lineup. It's a big email today. If you can make it all the way to the bottom, we're going to have the lineup of what we're drinking at our Vintage Australian event as well. All right, folks, I'm your host for the Wine Watch, signing off, saying remember, always drink the good Aussie Shiraz first.